Hello, welcome back to TeleSUR English and join us as we go live to Brazil to broadcast the remarks of the president of that South American nation, Luis Inácio Lula da Silva, in the 4th Amazon Summit.
La cumbre y construir la declaración que ayer se adoptó. Este proceso de consultas con la sociedad civil que generó aportes importantes para el debate y culminó en los diálogos amazónicos realizados en Belén de Pará. La programación de los diálogos incluyó a más de 400
The dialogues that have
que
been
contaron con
held
la
in these years,
participación de casi 30,000 personas y 800
in which
líderes
participated
indígenas.
over
Eso representó
30 leaders,
marco en cuanto a la integración de las sociedades y gobiernos.
dealing mainly with the topics of unity between Latin American countries.
De agosto fueron previos a esta cumbre. Nuestros presidentes ayer
Our heads of state yesterday
de los portavoces de las
received recommendations from different organizations who were present here in that summit.
Para la Amazonía, considerando visiones de aquellos que conocen la región. También recibimos aportes de
received
y también de autoridades locales
feedback from different organizations such as Parlamas,
de los parlamentarios en el proceso.
Which reinforces the importance of the participation of different organizations during the summit.
Lanzan desafíos que pueden apoyar nuestros gobiernos para encontrar esas acciones incisivas para trabajar.
The investigations and the ideas and thoughts which resulted from different investigations were paramount and very helpful to solve the matters and have a fully understanding of the problems that we're addressing today.
De defensores de derechos humanos y el mecanismo amazónico de los pueblos indígenas que corresponden a tan solo un 5% de la
The indigenous people represent about 5% of the population in the area,
del mundo y que merece mayor incidencia en las discusiones sobre
and they deserve a bigger participation to be included in this kind of summit and to be taken into account when taking decisions.
Los países miembros también coinciden con relación a la necesidad de organización.
Countries participating in this summit agree on the fact that they need to stay united and join efforts to be able to solve the matter that we're addressing here in the summit. We need broader programs and different initiatives, mostly directed by the AFCA. In order to reinforce those programs and those compromises, we need participation in the efforts of everyone in the region, which includes governments, friends, different organizations, political and social movements. Ladies and gentlemen, heads of states, if the Amazonian forest unite these 8 Latin American countries,
son compañeros de la República del Congo, de la RDC, Indonesia, San Vicente y las Granadinas.
Partners from different parts of the world, such as St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Indonesia. We need to stay united in order to be able to solve the crisis that we're having. All the countries with large forest area need to take action and to act, especially in international meetings. This will help us to organize properly our thoughts and actions in order to stay united and take action together. On the other hand, industrialized countries have to take action as well and reduce the damages and reduce the amount of toxic gases emitted to the atmosphere.
No se reducen a un mantra que se repiten en discursos. Tienen que cumplir sus metas de financiamiento.
These countries cannot just act by us talking about the topic. We need to take concrete actions against the problem, because this is the only way we can solve. This is nothing more than just a brief resume of what we have been talking throughout the summit. Thank you very much, and thank you, President Lula.
Dando continuidade à nossa reunião, pedido do presidente Lula.
Welcome to this meeting. And now we'll give the word.
Señor presidente, tiene usted la palabra. Su Excelencia, presidente de la República Federativa de Brasil.
Your Excellencies, President of the Democratic Republic of Brazil, heads of state of the countries who integrate the Amazon Treaty. Firstly, I would like to say to President Lula, thank you very much for having me here and be able to share my thoughts and concerns. Also for the hospitality and the warm welcome that we received. It's an honor for me to be able to participate in this summit. To be able to share my thoughts and concerns with Brazil and the rest of the countries who integrate these organizations. I'm very grateful to being able to participate in here and see the projects of different organizations who are working to find a solution for the problem we are addressing here. This initially was only a very attractive idea. But over the years, it became a global initiative of great importance, which we can collaborate, taking into account the attendance of different countries for the summit. To be together and discuss the important matter of the well-being of the Amazonic area and the surrounding countries. We are gathered here today, as we have done other times, to be able to set a strategy to protect and preserve the natural biodiversity of the Amazonic region. The summit gave us the opportunity to unite our forces to be able to think and join our ideas to be able to find a solution for the ecological crisis.
Perturbaciones climáticas representan una pandemia ecológica y que la acción
The
humana
effects of the climate change can be translated as an ecological pandemic, which we need to address as soon as possible.
hay que dejar el discurso y empezar a trabajar para
And in
lograr
order to solve this crisis, we need to stop talking and discussing about what we need to do and to take concrete actions against the problem, to the crisis we're having.
Sabe, Su Excelencia, los bosques de la República Democrática del Congo cuentan con una flora muy diversa.
The forest of the Democratic Republic of the Congo comes with a very diverse flora and fauna,
El bosque amazónico y la República
which can relate to the one that these countries have in the Amazonic region.
millones de metros cuadrados de selva tropical. Mi país representa el 10% de la selva tropical,
The forest,
38% de los bosques del África y cerca del
the
60%
forest
del
area
bosque
in the
de
Democratic
la
Republic of the
República
Congo
del
represents
Congo.
about 10% of the country and 38% of the forest area in Africa.
De efecto estufa, cuyos 3/4 se concentran en 43% de la superficie del planeta, del país. En esta zona boscosa contamos con varios espacios
And in this forest area, we
que preservar,
have
también
several
objetivo
species
principal
of plants and animals
por el que tenemos que
which
luchar
we
es
need to protect, and we need to fight for its well-being.
y para ello necesitamos contar con la colaboración de todos los países.
And in order to do that, we need the collaboration of all countries,
Stock muy importante de carbono, equivalente a 2 años de
taking into account that most countries
estas cifras y el
who
potencial que
directly affect the green area of the world are industrialized countries.
del Congo representa una oportunidad para el desarrollo social y el desarrollo económico con la protección del medio ambiente, con lo cual las estrategias de reducción de las emisiones
We need to set different strategies of reduction of toxic gases. We need to stop the emission of toxic gases to the atmosphere, or at least reduce it. We need as well to establish alliances between the countries,
tiene un papel clave en la lucha contra el cambio climático, puesto que representa
which
los pulmones
is
del planeta.
paramount in the fight against climate change.
Los desafíos climáticos, estas particularidades fueron reivindicadas durante la COP de Glasgow, 26 de Glasgow, y trabajamos para
In previous meetings regarding this topic, we have addressed several times this problem and this topic,
entienden que la adaptación al
and we have come to a conclusion that
para la República Democrática del Congo, país que, así como muchos otros,
all countries, including the Democratic Republic of Congo,
como se ha observado, ya los efectos asociados a tal calentamiento se están agravando.
we are seeing that the
Los efectos
effects
asociados a este calentamiento, incluso
the effects of
lluvias
climate
excesivas en mi
change
país, lo que provoca
are very
erosión e
harmful
inundaciones. Todo
both
esto
for
con
African
consecuencias
countries as well as the rest of the
para los
world.
ecosistemas y las
This
poblaciones.
crisis has been aggravating over the years, and that's why we need to take action immediately.
Queremos dar el ejemplo y seguir el ejemplo de las naciones pioneras. Estamos buscando financiamiento adecuado para disminuir nuestra huella de carbono.
We're trying to find the proper financiation for be able to reduce our toxic gases and other substances who are nocive to the environment.
Los medios para luchar contra el cambio climático son para nosotros una verdadera oportunidad de crecimiento económico resiliente.
And by doing this, we would grow economically, and we can adopt new strategies, different strategies, to be able to grow economically and both take care of the environment.
Verdes y resilientes transición ecológica,
And in order to do this,
renovación
we're working on
urbana
green
y
technologies,
promoción de ciudades limpias. Ante
and
esta
we're
realidad,
working
mi
on
país
having
quiere
clean cities,
desempeñar un
which
papel
means not only
importante en la transición
to
ecológica
keep
mundial,
cleaner
porque
cities,
además de
but
las
also to have
selvas,
clean technologies.
tienen una parte fuerte de minerales que son indispensables para la
This
transición,
area
como el
has
cobalto,
very important
coltán
minerals,
y el litio,
which are very important for
a lo que agregamos un enorme
developing these kind
potencial
of
en términos de
technologies.
matriz energética limpia que incluye hidroeléctricas y energía fotovoltaica. Damas y caballeros, una vez más expreso mi
Ladies and gentlemen,
agradecimiento
once again, I
por la
express
iniciativa de
my
hoy que
gratitude
reunió representantes de
for this
estados
meeting,
donde
gathering
están
here
las
heads of
tres
states in
cuencas
different parts of the world,
forestales más importantes de nuestro planeta.
countries that are home
Además de
of
esta
one of the
iniciativa,
biggest green areas, the biggest green area in the
esta
world.
iniciativa debe ser permanente para permitir intercambios de experiencias y mejores prácticas
This
observadas, no
kind of
solo en el
summit should be
ejercicio de la
a
preservación de las
permanent
áreas
kind of meeting,
forestales, como
especially
también en la
because we need
integración de las
to keep addressing
poblaciones
this topic and we
indígenas
need to
autóctonas
share
impactadas
thoughts
por
and
este
concerns and
cambio.
ideas
Esta
to be able
iniciativa debe
to set new
permitir,
strategies for taking care of the environment.
consiste en la armonización de los puntos de vista.
And at this moment, we were watching live the sessions corresponding to the second and final day of the fourth Amazon Summit. At this moment, we were watching and listening to the statements of the representative from the Republic of the Congo as guests to the summit, and he took the floor to explain how their own local environmental challenges and how it is possible to prompt economic growth alongside environmental protection. Also, as part of this day of debates, the president of the South American nation hosting this fourth Amazon Summit, Luis Ignacio Lula da Silva, also welcomed the invited delegations, and we had a moment receiving these upcoming delegations, and we saw not only the Congo one, but also the one from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as this is one of the summit's most inclusive and is also trying to bring up other strategies and the know-hows of other nations regarding the protection of their forests, the forests that are the life and the sustainability of those nations and all those cities. And in this case, this is the second day. In the first day, yesterday, we had the interventions of the 8 presidents of the South American nations that have common borders in the Amazon rainforest. Also, they were addressing several issues like combating the armed groups and the illegal groups that are operating illegally there in the Amazon rainforest. Also, they are trying to subvert the practices and the laws and the policies of the prior governments that had mistreated and neglected the values of the Amazon rainforest. Also, and mainly, the government of the prior president of Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro, who engaged with policies that were demining and were diminishing the values of the Amazon as it increased the deforestation of that area. Also, we listened to those presidents. They were debating regarding the protection of the indigenous and native communities living in the Amazon and how it is paramount for them to engage in new policies and also to ensure the future of the rainforest for the generations that are coming and are going to inherit this environmental situation. Also, in the first day of the sessions, in the 7th of August, the civil society organizations, more than 300 delegations of civil society organizations arrived in Belém de Pará, in the city that is hosting this fourth Amazon Summit, to discuss how they view this issue and how they find local solutions for their issues. That's to say, delegations from Peru, from Venezuela, from Bolivia, from also Guyana, the French Guyana, and the Brazil itself, Brazilian delegations. In this case, they had a declaration that they handed over to the presidents for that, or for them to debate and to discuss, and then the heads of state had their own Belém declaration. That is the final draft of their opinions, their debates, and their strategies and the guidelines they set yesterday for the resolution and for the objectives of this summit. also yesterday, in parallel or in the sidelines of the summit, there were also main events and also meetings. In this case, the Vice President of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, met with the President of Bolivia, Luis Arce Catacora, and other heads of state also had their meetings and set the guidelines for the local solutions and the joint solutions to the Amazon rainforest problems. We will have more details and also more events and more transmissions of these events in upcoming news briefs. Please stay with us.